Hello everyone, this is my first, tutorial, I guess you could call it. But yeah, hold on, I need to get Spotify because I can't draw without music. And I'm really excited that my AirPods don't work anymore, so I'm using the wired ones now. Oh crap, they're all twisted. So, this is basically just how to sketch realistically. And I'm using my Dumbledore drawing as a thing because, well, that's what I'm drawing right now. So, it works. With the plan, I got my reference picture right on my computer over here. So, mostly the supplies that I use are my Tombow Mono Zero eraser. It's just a little tiny eraser. Those are the refills. Got this lead. And then a bunch of blending stumps. I just find them in packs at my local art store. So they're really easy to find. Just the drawing section. Oh. And then for extra fine details, we're going to be using this little thingy. I don't know what it is, but I couldn't find my X-Acto knife, so I'm just using this now. And a normal eraser for bigger details. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so where am I standing on my stool? Alright, so we're just gonna start. I've never actually sketched or drawn facial hair, probably because I usually only draw girls. But you know, my dad told me that I should draw Dumbledore, so that's what we're doing today. Alright, so basically what I like doing is laying down a really light layer of graphite. And most artists, they have all these different sizes, different types of leads, and that's just why. It's literally all the same stuff. If you just use a mechanical pencil, it's darker than a normal pencil or whatever, but it works good enough, and you can still get a lot of variation in the darkness. To fix my screensaver because it keeps on ending really quick. So we're just gonna put it at an hour. Okay. So next we're just gonna blend it out with the biggest blending stuff. But this just matters what the size of your paper is, because if it's small you're not gonna want to use such a big one because it could smudge outside of the lines. But if you're doing an entire graphite drawing, then it doesn't matter because you're gonna use it everywhere. Alright, so I got a decent-ish layer. Now we're just gonna map out where all the shadows are, because that's gonna be the big part of it. So I'm just looking at the reference picture. I'm not using any technique to make it accurate. I'm just eyeballing it. So there's some shadow up here, so I'm going to press a little harder, and over here too. Over here there's some shadow, like darker, but it's not part of the beard. So we're just going to put it right there. We're going to go like this. We're just going to do quick motions, flicking it. And then since this is hair, we're not just gonna do anything different. We're just gonna go like this. And like you can go in later after you've done a lot of detail, but you don't think it's perfect, just go back in and add more or erase a little bit. The best thing that you can have in this situation is a little eraser, because highlights and shadows are literally everything in a graphite drawing. You don't need to worry about midtones, because the midtones will happen naturally when you blend the shadows out. And if you're doing skin, I highly recommend just dotting it with the eraser and the pencil. Like where there's more shadows, just go in with this pencil, blend, go in with the eraser. You probably can't see it, but yeah. And if you think something is too dark, don't use one of these erasers. Go in with a kneaded eraser, because then it only takes away a little bit at a time and you don't need to build it all up from scratch if you erase too much. Okay, so next we're just gonna blend out the second layer, the shadows. I like using a smaller blending stump for this because it's easier to get it more detailed. The biggest one, it's not as easy to control what you're doing with the blending. Okay, basically there's some shadow over here. You don't need control for that. We just want it to be blended. Another way to blend it is to just use a kneaded eraser. It picks it up around, makes it more even. And now you just want to go in with a lot of detail. Now you're just going to draw hair. I'm going to come out with a tutorial on how to draw hair. There's a really easy method when you're sketching. So whenever that comes out, it'll be linked wherever, up above, somewhere over here. It won't look realistic when you do it firsthand, but when you add a couple of layers, you can do that. Do more detail and it'll look more realistic. Ouch. Okay. Trying to find the right playlist. Sometimes it just takes a minute. This one should work for right now. Okay. I'm just gonna clean up around the edges, even though that doesn't matter. Because as I said, you're gonna end up using all the graphite. I don't like sketching out the entire thing at the beginning. Like, I'll sketch out the face and then I'll add more as I go on. And I always go back like 1,000 times. Like the nose, I've gone back to the nose more times than I can count. See right there, I did it a little bit darker, which it's going to take a little bit, not the entire thing. Okay, then we're just going to stipple. And this is probably going to be slightly dark. The stippling. So I just like doing that. Sometimes you can also use a white colored pencil for the highlights, but I think it's just easier with an eraser because it's easier to cover up if I do something wrong. Okay, so my camera dies, and then I filmed this little bit on my phone. But I did film like this other little bit where I'm saying what I'm doing, and it's basically just like section it off, like what you're drawing, and then do it in little sections because that helps. Okay, that's it. Bye. Okay, I'm gonna get copyrighted for that. But I am back after about an hour. So I did this little bit of the beard, and then the camera died, so I filmed a little bit on my mom's phone. And then what happened, I don't know what happened. But I took a break for an hour after drawing for half an hour, and for the first time in 3 days. But here we are. But right now I'm just doing the same thing, just adding layers. One of the most helpful tips that I found from just scrolling and scrolling for hours and hours and hours of our Instagram is, if you're trying to do realistic, always remember the little speckles, the stippling. I already said that before, but that is literally the most important thing. It will help out so much. Literally just adds a whole layer of extra. But yeah, after I stopped drawing, I made myself some coffee. And it was really good. It's the first time I made coffee. And it's like, I don't know, I was just winging it. just adding the basic stuff that I knew. Like, I did add some vanilla ice cream. So that was cool. It actually helped out a little bit to make it less strong. I can't drink strong coffee. No. Or tea. It needs to be really, really sweet. Yeah. It was basically just like half a scoop of vanilla ice cream, a teaspoon of coffee, like ground coffee, and then like, I don't know, a cup of milk about, I don't know, I didn't measure anything, and 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and no sugar, because it's already really sweet, and because I just forgot to add sugar, but it didn't need any, and then I just put a bunch of ice. This is fun, just me talking to myself. what I did while drawing Dumbledore at 10 p.m. Most of this, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing. I'm just winging it. And just using all my techniques that I've learned from just doing a little bit. So yeah. This is how it's going. It's nothing super duper exciting. Also, I feel like the reference picture makes the beard look really light and almost just white. So I just like to go in with a kneaded eraser so it can still keep all of the detail. But I'm only pressing it softly but still pretty harsh so I can actually pick up some graphite. I'm not rolling it because if you roll the kneaded eraser, it picks it all up. Like, see? But you can still keep all the detail. And also, since it's like in the reference picture, it looks all messy. This really helps adding fine details. I would recommend an X-Acto knife much more than whatever this is. Now I'm just stippling. Should probably remove Spotify because I'm not going to be listening to it. Alright, it's actually, now that I look at it, it's a lot darker up here and it's lighter down here. So, also, because I've been using these blending stumps a lot, figured out how they sort of work. The thickest one is the easiest to blend with. The smaller ones, you gotta work for a minute. Like a good few minutes to blend it all out. And by minutes I actually mean like a few seconds. I'm just really impatient. But like if you were doing like a smaller drawing, then these would blend in like 2 seconds. It just depends on how large it is. Large of a scale. Okay, and then you can see this one really prominent curl in the picture. In his beard. So we're just gonna put that in. I did go in and loosen the shadow on his eye right here. This does really take a long time. But what I'm most surprised about is like, I've never done a full-on just plain sketch without putting color on it. Like, literally ever. You can look through all my sketchbooks and you won't just find a plain old graphite sketch. I don't know why, but I always end up putting color on it, and it doesn't look even close to as good as it did before I colored. Not to sound cocky, but it's true. It never looks that good. The thing about like those courses about how to get a technique and stuff, it's just one person showing their technique, which is good and all, but I feel like if you want to like achieve a realistic look or whatever type of style you're looking for, you have to find your own technique. It's not really, it's something that you can learn from watching others do it. And then find what works best for you, while also developing how you can do your own work. I used to always watch tutorials. I still do sometimes, like some of my paintings. Or I'll just look at a Pinterest painting, for example, because like you can't learn if you don't start from anywhere. Yeah, you can be self-taught. That's the thing. I'm mostly self-taught in art. I never actually took like in-person class, so, or just like online classes either. I just started taking some on Skillshare. Skillshare, it actually works. It's like fun. I'm just gonna be honest, I learned more about watercolor than I did in our whole like unit in art class this year. Alright, in that 30-minute video class thing. So yeah, it's good. Skillshare's good. I had this idea for, nobody really likes this giant painting that is in my room, which is, I'm following a Bob Ross tutorial. So I'm going to cover it all up. It's 6 canvases, 16 by 20, I think, somewhere up there, which would equal to, let me get my calculator, 16 by 20 equals 320 times 6. Wait, that's not right. It was more when I did. It's like 2,000 square inches or something. Alright. Don't quote me on that, but I measured it before. But anyways, I thought that I could do a live stream for that when I do it. Because then it won't be as creepy just talking to myself at like 10 p.m. drawing, painting or whatever. I feel like the hair isn't gonna look as realistic as the face because I don't know how to freaking draw hair. It just looks like trash. I saw this meme on Instagram like a few months ago. It's like what everybody else thinks my art looks like versus what I think my art looks like. And literally it's the world's most relatable meme. Besides like the whole reader community, bookworm community, I don't know. There's this giant like community on the internet for all them readers. and I am most definitely a part of it. I can scroll for hours looking at fandom memes, like Lunar Chronicles. Don't get me started. I have a board with like hundreds of pins just dedicated to Harry Potter, the Lunar Chronicles, and any other fandom that I might know of, or book series. But right now, at the minute, the Lunar Chronicles board has like 20, or give or take a few more pins than the Harry Potter board, which definitely not surprised about whatsoever. I even actually started a Why Don't We board. It's creepy, but who cares? I even got their book. It was actually pretty good. I finished it yesterday, literally. I was just reading in the car. Got a copy from my friend too. She read it way before I did. Okay, not to lighten this. So I had this other idea of doing like book reviews while doing something. I don't know. I don't read a lot, but sometimes I read like not very well known stuff. Like, for example, one of my favorite trilogies is, it doesn't really have a name, it's just the 3 Christina Jean books. I don't know anybody who's read those, but it's really, really good. The thing I don't get about why my parents hate fiction books is like literally all I've ever learned from them outside of school comes from those books. So yeah, that's fun. I learned about, wait, what World War was it? Hold on, let me Google it. I think it was World War II, but I'm not positive on that. World War II. Everything that I've ever learned about World War II came from 2 books that I read. I learned about OCD, like what actual OCD is, not what everybody says it is, from a really good book by Tamara Arlenstone. I probably pronounced that way wrong. But it's called Every Last Word, and it's really good. And it's not exactly the whole OCD part, but part of it is like relatable. I'm gonna be told to go to sleep now or something. This is the most excessive. How long have I been filming right now for? Okay, it's been a minute. It's been 17 minutes. There's gonna be a time-lapse version and then a version where I'm doing the tutorial stuff and just talking. Everybody says that I should do more tutorials, but I hate my voice when it's being recorded. Ooh. I can't. I hate my voice. It's trash. I think my voice is good when I'm just talking, but like the recorded version is just again. I just want to throw up when I hear my voice. Alright. That being said, Love Myself by Haley Steinfeld was at one point my favorite song. Oh wow. I had to replace this, even though like the one that I was using, the eraser in this, because it was covered in colored pencil and I was doing a sketch, kind of ruined it. Yeah, not this one, but my Sophia Carson drawing. Again, the sketch looked so much better than when I colored it. I should have just left it, added some shadows, highlights. It would have been Gucci as hell. But nope, I had to be a Dumbo head and color it because I'm a weirdo. I haven't had coffee in like a while. I never drink coffee actually. But today I did. And I drank a lot of it. And now I'm just hyper. Everybody says that I already talk a lot. Well, now I'm talking like way more. So that's fun. Love that for me. I also killed my foot a second ago. I think I broke it. But it's okay. A little bit. So I moved my desk and now it's right in front of my bed. So I was folding my left leg underneath my other leg. Does that make sense? I don't know. And then I sit on my folded leg. And so I was moving it out of that position because I had to go do something. I don't know what I was doing, okay? Oh, I was grabbing the tripod. And I just hit my foot so hard. Literally, if I was recording the entire time I was drawing, like, even in my Haley Steinfeld drawing, I broke this mason jar because I was putting my pencil shavings in it because there was not space for my garbage can to come the other way. So that fell on the floor. And like, I had that footage and I was filming. If you listen to it with sound on, it would not be very nice. But did that happen? No. I need to do stippling, I don't know. I'm gonna find a new word for this and then put it in the Urban Dictionary. I feel like years later, I'm gonna look back at this and I'll be like, what the heck was wrong with me? Why does this look so much better than everything I've ever drawn before? And why does it have to be with a technique that I've never literally ever done before? I'm switching my drawing thing to just drawing realistic sketches. This is a great time to do it after I just bought the entire, set of Prismas. Which honestly, it looks so satisfying. It's so pretty. Need to add some darkness. Am I gonna go get my beads in a second? Probably. Because I'm sick of myself talking. I'm really boring after a while. I'm so annoyed that my AirPods are broken. I'm gonna get new ones. Well, I got them from Costco, so LOL. I have a warranty on them for a year. That's so creepy. But yeah. So I'm gonna get new AirPods. My brother's actually broke too. He got none before I did. And like he got them replaced for free from Costco because they broke. Okay, I don't know if I'm done with the hair yet. I mean the beard. I'll come back to it. I'm gonna have to draw out the rest of the hair, but I'll just do this one little thing. Okay, this is my favorite part. I love, love, love drawing curls. Where's my sketchbook at? It's right over here. Awesome. Okay, page. Right, just drew a curl. Well, not the entire page, but most of it. I'm really proud of it because we spent like a while on it, and this is what it looks like. Hey. Oh wait, you can't even see it. But yeah, and I also do other hairs. And I also tried drawing a drop of water, but that just did not work. Okay, one second. I get sidetracked very, very, very easily. Okay, still does not look as realistic. The tutorials make it look so easy, and then it's just like when you actually do it, it looks like crap. But yeah, I like drawing hair when I'm bored. I know what this circle is. I think I tried to draw a person here, but it did not end well. So yeah, I'll be basically showing you how to draw this, but on a head. I've never actually drawn curls like that way before, but that I will be doing a separate tutorial for. Okay, that should not be there. Shall we zoom? We're gonna zoom in on this little area that probably isn't focused. I'm gonna injure myself again. I feel like I could just call this a draw with me compilation. With tiny time lapse. Plus promoting my other video. said I would get back to the hair, but you know what? Who cares? To the curl. Oops. Keep on moving. That's too dark. Hold on. Where do I need an eraser go? Oh, it's there. I don't like how stiff it is. At first, I was looking really forward to drawing the hat, but not so much anymore. Okay, anyways, so back to the hair. So basically, there's this like little, usually all hair does this. It like just curls weird. I don't know how to explain it, but if you have hair, you'll see. But I'm just sketching in detail from the reference picture. And a little bit darker. And then basically just doing one of the most important things I've learned from drawing hair. It doesn't matter if it's colored or not. It's like, just don't do harsh lines. No, and don't do soft lines either. Okay, by harsh, I mean don't do it like that. You want to do it like that. You don't want to have a hard grit. Otherwise, it's not going to look realistic or natural. Why did I draw that there? And always, always, always hold the pencil from far back. My camera has stopped filming for the second time today, but it is not dead yet. I'm gonna probably jinx that. It's gonna be dead in the next 2 minutes. It's still on full charge, so that's good. This is the fastest it's ever charged, actually. It only took 2 hours, otherwise it takes like 5 at least. But when I finish, I'm gonna put it on charge so I can do this tomorrow. I'm probably just even gonna be doing this during the Zoom meeting. But like on time lapse. I feel like my principal, vice principal, and maybe teachers for next year are gonna be really excited about the fact that I care more about drawing this than actually completely participating. Oh well, who cares? They know that I'm working on this. Told them I'm at the last meeting. Now, I'm going to tell the story of why I thought the Lunar Chronicles were really creepy for like a week. I thought they were really creepy after, well, so you see, I found out how unrealistic it was. Especially Cress. Cress is a work. She's a piece of art, okay? She's interesting. She's my least favorite book, okay? Don't judge me. Don't get me wrong, I still like the character. She's just not my favorite, okay? I like Scarlet. And, okay, here's my order. Scarlet, Winter, Cinder, and then Cress. That's my order of favorites. Don't ask me why I got Scarlet. I know I'm a creep, but just deal with it. Everybody who has not read the Lunar Chronicles is going to be really questioning me at the minute. But yeah. So where was I? Yes. I'm still thinking, so hold on. Basically, I thought that it was really weird what happened in Cress. But like, and then I was like, wait, I'm blocking out the entirety of the rest of Wolf's story. And by the way, Wolf is a character. Like a person, not a real wolf. Alright, now that we've got that cleared, most of my viewers have not ever read the Lunar Chronicles, so I'm just clarifying. I swear I'm not editing this entire thing. This is just gonna be this. I'm gonna put it all together. I can't listen to myself talk, otherwise I'm gonna delete this and just go with a time lapse. Well, I'm doing both. I'm doing both, and I am not like backing off on that because I know this is what everybody wants. Everybody wants to see the real time with me talking. Maybe it's not the complete tutorial, but you know what? You just have to deal with it. You gotta deal with it because I'm not doing anything about that. It's so dark. What the heck? But yeah, and then I was like, wait, but Wolf's life was a misery. But I mean, a black hole of misery. So you know what, it's acceptable. And that was literally the only part that I was questioning. The rest of it was like awesome. What else do you think? I think I'm just gonna redo this whole little thing of hair because it looks like crap. I honestly got really super duper creeped out by Cinder when I read it in the summer of 5th grade. I was like, there is no way that I'm reading this. And it was right after like Dr. Erlip told Cinder that Queen Lavana was trying to kill her because she was a lunar. So it was about the middle of the book. And dude, I was so creeped out. I can't even. So then I didn't read it for 2 years. Haha. And what did I read instead? I don't even know what I read instead. I think that's when I just stopped reading. I didn't read a lot in 6th grade. All of the books that I left are from 7th grade. Seventh grade is when I finally started getting back into reading. One of the more recent books that I've completed was a really, really good book, which I also watched the movie of afterwards. And my brother, really 2 weeks after. It is The Hate You Give. It's a really good book. I love the Harry Potter theory in it. Just that they're all gangs. All the houses are gangs. Love that theory. But yeah. I've been talking to myself while drawing an old man for the past 2 hours. I need help. Like, serious help. But this is just a way to pass time. This needs more highlight. Well, I mean, not a lot. Needs to be smaller because it looks like a tear, but it's not a tear. Why is there so much there? This is my thought process. I've been drawing for an hour now because it's blinked twice and it's on a 30 minutes. Okay, nose. We need more shadow over here to make it look weird, less weird. I think when I was finishing, I think Haley Steinfeld, I just watched I watched until the Halloween scene of Sorcerer's Stone, so the Sorcerer's Stone, the movie. I also need to get back to listening to the audiobook. Ugh. I think my favorite part of drawing this was the face, because I don't think I've ever learned so much from myself while drawing. Like, you can learn from other people how to draw, but then you can also learn from yourself, like your own techniques. This is like how I established my drawing technique, so like, that's cool. Alright, I think I'm gonna go in with some heavy shadows that are not coming, highlights that are not coming through. With the eraser. I need to get the eraser. I feel like the more you observe it, the more you notice, and then you know for it to change. This legit makes it look like Dumbledore is crying. Okay. I think that I just need to take a break, come back to this. But before I do that, I want to do the hat. Well, just this part. Dumbledore, why can't you have short hair? This would make this a lot easier. I'm gonna be spending a lot of time editing. That'll be fun. I think this might be the end of this draw with me. Don't worry, I'll be back really soon because I have a lot of plans of drawing ideas and just fun videos. I have a lot of plans for doing different content. So I'll be back soon. And yeah, that's gonna be where it ends today. As I continue to draw. But yeah, I am gonna go read a little bit. Maybe get some water. Go show everyone my art. Forgot one. But yeah, this is what we got going right now. And I will see you in the next video.